The packaging is so much fun during the holidays. We did feature the Belle. That had the 2 full-size whipped body creams in there. The Pale is coming up next hour. Just stay tuned to see what's inside. We're gonna talk about this next. And then this is another oh, this is so heavy. Whew. It's the end of the next hour, but if you love Snow Forest and you heard this is only done during the holidays, and this may be the last year we do it, it is something, stay tuned for it or do a little search ahead on what's coming up in this 2-hour show today. That's awesome. Okay, fragrances. Fragrances, I'm so excited about this. The Eau de Toilettes that the boys do for the holidays are so incredible. And then, oh, and then there's the packaging. And then there's the fact that this is a full 5-piece collection in a gift tin that you will keep and use for a myriad of things. But look at how gorgeous the bottles are. Now what you're getting are 1.6 fluid ounces of the Eau de Toilette in apricot and honey tea, honeyed grapefruit, lavender, vanilla absolute, and Ylang and Tuberose. This is amazing, whether you give one to each person on your list or a teacher or a niece but it's all about you, and this tin is stunning. Let's talk about, first of all, the bottles, how you design those. We are somewhat familiar, guys, with the scents that I just listed, but these are done in such a beautiful way with an eau de parfum or an eau de toilette that is a little bit lighter and more refreshing. Oh, and the artistry.
Right. Oh yes, so our theme this year is Jingle All the Way. So you see this beautiful bell motif drawn by artist Russ Gray. We always try to support a young artist each year. And we incorporated that into the design of the perfume bottles themselves. You see each bottle looks like a little bell, like you're ringing the little bell, and there's all this beautiful cut glass. 3 of them come frosted, 2 clear. And the way we only do the perfumes, the Eau de Toilettes, 1 time a year. This is that time, and the way that we choose the 5 scents that go into the collection, you're getting all 5 for $55. You're not 1 bottle for $55.
Right,
you're getting all 5 bottles. You're getting the Vanilla Absolute, you're getting the Ylang and Tuberose, you're getting the honey grapefruit, you're getting the apricot green tea, and you're getting the lavender, because those are the top 5 most popular fragrances from Beekman 1802 on HSN.
And they they all come in this amazing collectible tin, which is, I mean, so beautiful on its own. Brent knows what I'm doing. I'm like Mr. Pie, so this is becoming my pie carrier.
That's right, because the whole velvet tray that holds all the bottles in here comes out. So then you can use the tin as your 9 and 12-inch pie dish or your cookie container, whatever you're going to use it for this holiday. But inside are 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different full-size fragrances. And think about that. You usually pay $100, $90, $80, $70 for a bottle of perfume this size. You're getting all 5 of them, and they're already pre-chosen by HSN Neighbors. You know these are great scents because they were the top 5 scents on HSN last year.
And Neighbors also know we really, truly only do the fragrances 1 time a year. And we do it because at holiday time, we know these are your favorite fragrances for your year. You write us and say, oh gosh, I love it in the lotion, I love it in the whipped body cream, I love it in the soaps. Can I please get it in a fragrance I can wear? So this is the 1 time a year we do it.
Yeah, it really is really special. Every year, people wait to get their hands on it, and this one, it is limited. You can only imagine with this kind of a value, it breaks down to what, $10 per fragrance, not even including the tin that you can use for your holiday baking and your cookies and your treats, far beyond, or use it as a package to put another present in if you would like to give these separately. Each bottle is so pretty too. I mentioned, or we just showed the art and the artist at the earlier part of the presentation. Remind me of how you met him and the kind of work that he does for you.
Well, every single year we choose a new artist because we believe that we need to support young creative people because that's what keeps us inspired as we go through life. So each year we choose a new artist who gets the exposure of having their design works on HSN. And so this year it's Russ Gray, and so he did these beautiful bell motifs in the Scandinavian style. You can see it on the bell with the body creams. You can see it on this tin. We even took that idea of the bells and incorporated it into the shape of the bottles. Now look right here. I've got all 5 bottles set up here. look at what this is going to be like on your vanity if you're buying all 5 of these. And you might be thinking, well, do I need 5 perfumes? Well, if you can have all 5 for $55, why wouldn't you?
Right.
Because, you know, some days you're like, I need to be more relaxed. I'm going to use the lavender.
Yeah.
Some days I need a little bit more energy, so I'm going to use the honey grapefruit. Some days I want to feel like I'm at a spa, so I'm going to spritz on the apricot honey green tea.
And
You're getting all 5.
And you can layer them as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the vanilla and the lavender would be so good.
Absolutely. I like that idea. Vanilla is always so hot. I mean, it's sexy all the time, but I feel like especially during the holidays, the vanilla scent is just something that everybody gravitates towards because everybody loves it. Guys and gals. Wow, over 1,000 spoken for. This one, it is a highly coveted annual tradition to get all of the fragrances, and they are the big 1.6 ounces. You know, Josh, you were bragging on Brent earlier. I wanted to brag on you too, because first of all, you were in advertising before you guys met, and I love the whole story of how your journeys brought you together. But you wrote the most fun book. Remind me what it was called, because I read it before I met you too, and I fell in love with you instantly.
Oh, the bucolic plague. That was the story of our early years here on the farm, how we got to the farm, how we almost lost it all in the recession of 2008, and how we started over again around our dining room table with our neighbors making the goat milk bath and body products. And it really, you know, we do like to take this time of year to express our gratitude, not just on our behalf, but on the behalf of Team Beekman, because like we say, everything is made in America. All of these packages are hand-packed by somebody on Team Beekman. Your support helps us keep the post office open here in town. So when you give Beekman, you're not just, you know, giving amazing goat milk products or amazing scents. You're giving the story of a small town that made it. You know, and I think it's you voting and saying, we believe that great things can still happen in rural America. And those stories are hard to come by these days.
And that's exactly why we do this fragrance set every year for HSN. It's like we're giving back to all of you. You chose these as your top 5 scents this year. And where else are you going to get 5 bottles full size of your favorite fragrances for $55 plus free shipping plus the collectible tin. No one else does that, and only because like we're saying thank you.
Yeah, it's like Team Beekman's gift back to the neighbors.
Well, I love what you do, and you go to the extreme of doing the packaging for us, which that's the last thing. In fact, last night I was talking to my son. I'm like, boy. Oh, just the wrapping of the is the part of the process that I kind of dread because I'm not that good at it. You guys make it so easy. You fill these beautiful giftable tins and boxes, so all we need to do is put a bow on it and hand it over or put it under the tree and you're ready to go. And you know, with 41 days left before Christmas, all of a sudden it feels like, oh boy, what has happened? And again, here it is, and it's before I'm ready. But that's what, I guess that's why you're watching today. If you're new, you know, this is Beekman 1802 is a huge line of bath and skincare and products that are made straight. I mean, goat milk is the basis of everything, which is the natural at the same pH level as our own skin, but it is also our clean beauty line. So if you are new, welcome. We call everybody neighbors, right guys? Because that's how your journey began. When you got to Sharon Springs, the post office was almost ready to close because the economy was kind of just like starting to go down, and you kind of came in, asked for some help from your neighbors, and you gather around your dining table, started with your soaps, and how many years ago was that now?
That was in 2008 when we had to start all over again. So, you know, we've been growing the company, not with a big advertising budget, but neighbor by neighbor by neighbor.
Right.
And, you know, Callie, you were talking about that I am the worst gift wrapper as well. I would say like 75% of the presents I give, the sides have the gaps in them, you know, because you measure the paper wrong.
Not my presents.
Right. You know what I'm talking about? It's like math to me, wrapping presents. So that's part of the reason why everything we make in our gift sets, it's ready to go. In fact, you can even, you know, like bill to, ship to, and just tell them, you know, you can open the box, but don't open the gift inside, and it's ready to go. And we never put what's inside the tin on the outside. So if you want to, you know, kind of put different things in it, build your own little Beekman gift set, you always can.
That's a great point.
This is the one time a year that we do all of the scents. The Ylang and Tuberose, that sexy, sexy scent. The Vanilla Absolute, that beautiful, warming Madagascar vanilla. The Honey Grapefruit, that morning pick-me-up scent. The soothing, fresh floral lavender scent. And then the Apricot Honey Green Tea, which is a spa scent.
All of them. You get all of them.
Okay, which one is your favorite between you two, like individually?
Well, of course, Josh's is the honey grapefruit. And I would say in this collection, ooh, it's tough. Probably either apricot honey green tea or the vanilla.
Yeah.
I like both of those. It's really tough because, well, these are the top 5 scents chosen from HSN Neighbors.
Yeah.
They were the top 5 selling scents here on HSN last year. That's how we create this collection. So you know they're going to be really good. That's why it was so hard for me to choose which one, because they're all so good.
They are truly the top scents. And we put them in the beautiful bottles as well, so you can display them year-round.
These beautiful cut glass bottles, like bells.
You're right, like bells, and like some of them are frosted, some of them are clear, and this sounds silly, but they're comfortable to hold. I have a couple perfume bottles that I'm like, it just feels awkward because they're just clunky. This just kind of fits naturally in your hand. It just makes the whole experience of spraying on a fragrance special. You know, it's one of those little last touches that you can do as you're walking out the door. Maybe keep one in your purse or keep one in your desk drawer at the office, because none of the fragrances are overpowering. None of them is like,
exactly.
Very light.
We just walked in the room here. Like, it's just
right.
fresh.
They're all our fresh, scents. They're best-selling scents of the year. They're all the scents that are in our cosmetics, that are in the soaps and in the whipped body creams.
The ones you know and love already.
And it's such a fun gift for somebody that you know loves fragrances, because you know these are these amazing single note great fragrances. So they're not going to. You just know that people are going to be able to use them, and they're going to be able to layer them in different ways.
And I always think it's very interactive too. Like if you're going to pull this out on Christmas Day, Christmas morning, and you've got several people, coming over to your family, you put all of these out, and then you can each go through all 5 bottles and say, oh no, I want that one, or you can fight over them. You can start the first fight of Christmas Day by trying to fight over the perfume, and because they're all so good, and people are just going to fall in love with the bells, because who doesn't want this sitting by their bed or on their vanity? Look how beautiful the bottles are, like little bells.
I'm going to fight over the tin, because Brent, everybody knows I'm a big baker, and this is the perfect size. It's so hard to find something to carry a pie in. This is the perfect size for that.
What a great point. You're absolutely right. Love
Pretty much everything I do, I think of how it relates to pies.
Yeah, you are the baker of the house. I read that in the book too. That was such a fun, entertaining book. You know, as I'm looking at these little bottles and looking at the decoration on the top of the tin, I'm thinking of my favorite thing. I just told Tristan, my son, last night. I said, the one thing I do every Christmas Eve is I go to New Year's or Christmas Eve service, candlelight, and I love the carol of the bells, the ding 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 ding. Just makes me feel so in the moment and so grateful. And so looking at the shape of each of these bottles, it just kind of wraps the whole thing together, that being the meaning of Christmas. And truly, especially after everything we've been through over the last year and a half, it's more special now than ever. So maybe this is the year you give the big wow presents that you wanted to last year. I tell you what, Beekman 1802 is the right way to go, with the scents and the fragrances and the lotions and the skincare. And so if you just tuned in, relax with us a little bit longer. We've got another hour coming up with Josh and Brent and Allison, and some other special things, including another couple this day onlys. And that means today you're watching at the right time to get the best values on some of the best sellers of the year. And in this case, the best sellers in all the fragrances put into an Eau de Toilette. Each one is a 1.6 ounce, so you're getting them for around like $10. And the tin is something that you will love. You will keep it. Maybe it's just for every Christmas that you bring out all of your decorations, or maybe it's something that you do, as Josh suggested, giving some of your baked goods off to a neighbor. But in either case, we're looking at about 1,500 out the door. I know this is new this week, boys. I hope we're not expecting this to last until right before the holidays.
That's right. We just launched it this week, and I think we've already sold over 10,000 of these sets since we launched it this weekend.
And I do want people to know too that this is the only time of year we do this. So even if you're thinking, I don't need any more gifts, I've already done my shopping, but you are Ylang devotee or honey grapefruit, this is the one time to get it as a fragrance.
Yeah, absolutely. The fragrance is a whole different world of goodness. So enjoy it. 768-510. Free shipping. So if you wanted to get 5, you could. Or anything that you're waiting for or wanting to stock up on, or if it's the perfect gift for somebody. We're going to move into our final item of this hour. And then hour number 2 continues this Sunday afternoon. So happy to have you shopping with us. Let's do another